Thanks for the invitation. It's a pleasure to present at this workshop, and thanks for everyone to join to the workshop. I have to admit that I just recently started a job at the Mathematics Learning Support Center at Loughborough University. So I'm talking about the BMaths Ready resource, but I wasn't one of the creator. So before I introduce the BMaths Ready resource, I would like to introduce our service, the Mathematics Learning Support Center at Loughborough University. So the MLSC was founded in 1996. So maths tutors collectively have 28 years experience. And the center was originally focused on foundation and first year Part A engineers. Based on the last academic year, it means 3,663 students. And Loughborough University overall has 15,000 undergraduate students across 8 schools, which means 25 subject areas and 257 courses. So out of the 25 subject areas, we have 5 in science and 6 in engineering. So the vast majority of the students arriving at the center with one specific question or problem, but really the problem is much more. And our colleague identified the key issue as insufficient mathematical knowledge due to either not studying A-level maths or not having a deep understanding of the maths concept required for university courses. So therefore, our colleagues wanted to tackle this issue. And basically, that was the main reason to create the BMaths Ready online resource. But beyond that, what else was the driving force? So this tool is aimed to identify and fill the gaps in math skills and equally refresh math skills and support structured mathematical knowledge. Also, it is aimed to provide a deep understanding of mathematical concepts and equally boost confidence and address emotional barriers associated with mathematical challenges. Also, BMaths Ready resource, it's a really good resource to support maths and stats tutors at the center. So when we think about the busy time, when the center is full with students, the maths tutors can ask students to start to work on this. And multiple times we have got students just walking into the center and just asking some resource which they can use and they can refresh their maths skills and do in their convenient time. Also, this resource is aimed to accommodate the increasing number of students in foundation courses, so particularly aiming the transition period between A-levels or GCSE maths knowledge and university courses. So overall, it aims to prepare the student to digest the mathematical concept on the university lecture when they start the university. When it was created, originally it was part of the personal best. The personal best is a relatively new thing at our university. It is mandatory for all students, and it is a development program embedded in one course, which aims to develop student academic skills and empowering them for future employment. So the part called Ready Stat Loughborough Badge Maths but it was the same material. So MNST colleagues, they created the BMaths Ready material based on the university course specific needs and based on the student pre-university maths level. So therefore they created 3 different pathways. One is so 2 basically for students studying STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And 1 is for students already have A-level maths knowledge, and the other one is for a student having GCSE maths. And the 3rd pathway is for students studying non-STEM subjects. So all 3 maths badges or 3 pathways have 6 blocks. Let's see what are they. So the curriculum, for example, for the STEM A-level maths is algebra, basis, formulae, functions, equations, partial fractions, exponential, logarithm, differentiation, more calculus, and integration by substitution, and more. So the last 3 will be merged in the other pathways. If we see the STEM GCSE A-level maths, we just found one for the calculus, and we find the 6th one is the data is aiming for exercise basic statistics basically. And then the curriculum for the non-STEM subject, it's more simple, like we expected that. So all of the blocks, I just will start with a worksheet. So the student need to test their knowledge, and they encourage to do the worksheet. After that, they can check their work. So encourage them to practice the self-evaluation. And also, every block supports the student with additional resources. And this is already introduced university resources, which we call the handwork booklet. We have a 50 handwork booklet, which consists all of the topic, and this is very common all across the university, which means that the vast majority of the courses are using those booklets. Those are all available. Now, we were interested in how a student using these online resources. So therefore we asked our marketing team to track the data. So what we can see here is the difference between last calendar year 2023 on the left-hand side, and this year 2024 up to end of November. So if you see the main data refer a number of visitors which visited the website, talking about the 6 blocks. So this is before they choose the actual blocks. And if they jump to the blocks, you can see the numbers from 1 to 6 here. So what we can see is, for example, that the STEM A-level maths badge or resource main website, again, when they can choose the 6 blocks, were visited by 300 students in 2023. This number increased up to 1,100, but bear in mind that our students are roughly 15,000. This is not the number which we would expect here. I think I'm a little bit skeptical about this. But what we can tell about this data, that there are significant increase in the number of visitors compared to the previous year, which is good. We are happy about it. But also if we compare the blocks, we can see that less student visiting the second, third, and all other blocks than the first one. So we need to analyze further this data, and I think we have to advertise more our resources. So we were also interested in how and when they using this data. Obviously, this aims the pre-session period, and the data shows that the student accessing the material right in this period. This is a pre-session period between mid-August and mid-October. So this particular data is drawn from 2023, but we also have peak in this year's data as well. So we are happy about our BMATS Ready resource because it's interactive. It encourages independent study and maintains self-confidence, and we think it meets our our aim, basically aid in structured maths knowledge and useful for future reference. Also provide a deeper understanding of mathematical concepts, and we can experience that this is also a support for our tutors. Like I mentioned before, it already introduces university material, which will be used later as well, handbook booklet. So those are the advantages of this online tool. But we are very aware of that. We need, there is a room for development. So, for example, we need to work on the advertisement. In particular, I'm thinking about targeted marketing campaigns. Because more students needed to be reached, comparing the university student numbers and comparing the visitors on the webpage. And we know that an additional fact that the business and economics courses opening without A-level maths. So those students particularly need these resources or some other help with their maths knowledge to achieve the maths-related courses at the university. And also we experience increasing number of students during foundation year, Also, an additional question, how we can motivate a student to do this, because this is totally optional. If you have any advice on this and any comment, you are very welcome to tell me. And also, this online interactive tool is rely on independent study. And there is a question, are the students ready for this? Or how we can prepare the student to use the material if they are not ready. So I would like to thank the creators, Nicola Thompson from Loughborough University, Paula Ione from University of Edinburgh, and Mary Lorimer from Loughborough University. Also, I would like to mention that we are using interactive question maths.a.g by Martin Greenhow and Abdul Ramkavin from Department of Mathematics and Sciences, Brunei University. Many thanks for their work as well. And thanks for the listening. Thank you so much, and I'm waiting for your questions.
Thank you very much, Agnes. That's a wonderful talk. I really enjoyed that. There is a question in the Q&A. This is from Duncan. To suggest that for BMaths Ready, there appears to be a huge drop-off in engagement after block 1. Do you have any idea why this is the case? Did they find it too easy and so not worth doing, or too hard and so not worth trying further blocks, or some other reason perhaps?
Yeah, so I think how the web page is designed is not really user-friendly. So because when they're ready with the block 1, there is no direct link for the block 2. So they have to go back to the main web page and where they can choose the blocks. So I think maybe some practical issues, or if we make the web page more user-friendly and more easy to jump from one block to the other, that would encourage them to work. And yes, I don't know. Any could be. And it could be. I don't think it's too easy. So the worksheet contains roughly 8 or 10 questions. So they have to work at least half an hour to solve that. What I do know that nowadays this BMaths Ready resource is not part of the personal best, and the reason why they took it off because it's too much to work on it. So I think maybe it is too much work on, and this is also connected with my question, how we can encourage students to do this without a credit. So that's yeah, we have to, that's the hard thing, I guess. Have to find a balance, because we would like to give them a deep understanding, but on the other hand, we don't want them to work too hard and too much. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I don't see another question in the Q&A just at the moment for you, because maybe that's not refreshed, but maybe there isn't one. But I did have a question. I wondered whether you felt that there were patterns in the gaps you were seeing in the demand across topics. So are you seeing any evidence that there's greater engagement, or do you have the data to suggest different levels of engagement across topics within mathematics?
You mean between the STEM A levels and a STEM GCSE, or?
I mean, so topics such as broadly, so algebra versus calculus, or pre-calculus, or indeed other topics, or more fine-grained. Whether you have any information around that?
No,
No,
unfortunately not.
So these are all interesting thoughts, and it's really interesting to hear that you're talking about engagement as well. Hiroko has answered some questions about the resource that we've used as well, which is around difficulties with engagement.
Yes.
Yeah. Can I just remind everyone that the Q&A is there? Paul has very kindly answered a couple of questions already, very detailed questions on his talk, and that if anybody has further questions for Agnes, then please do put them in there. If we see anything in the chat, we'll try and catch that as well.
Thank you.
Thank you again.